Can you talk more about the mental models that you use?
It's not necessarily you would start as a product manager and you Google the mental models and then you start applying them just because they're mental models. Mental models is basically a term for any sort of framework or structure that you use when you have to tackle a certain task. So let's say we want to build a roadmap or we want to build a backlog. Then there are certain structures or certain steps that you would need to do in order to complete that. So instead of just saying, okay, I want to build a roadmap and trying to figure out yourself how you do it, what you would do as a product manager is find those frameworks or mental models around building a backlog. Or if you want to set up a business model for a company, a business model usually follows certain frameworks, certain structures. So you as a product manager, you would look at how do I set up a business model specifically for my use case. So you want to build a SaaS product, a software as a service, then there is a certain way of how you would set up the business model or how you set up a growth loop. All of those things, they are considered mental models that then allow you to structure a complex topic into these small steps.
Lauren, can you talk a little bit more about trade-offs? Like what kind of trade-offs do you see as a product manager? Or what does it even mean for new aspiring product managers?
Basically, as a product manager, product owner, or business analyst, what you would usually look at, what you would be working with are requirements for the product that you're working on. Usually plenty of feedback comes in, plenty of requirements come in. And when you're scoping out work that needs to be done, in the end, you always want to prioritize the go-to-market, how fast you're able to bring it out. So a trade-off is basically deciding what do I include and what do I not include. There can be a trade-off in terms of features, saying I include these 3 features, but the other three I cannot include. But it could also be a trade-off in terms of scope or detail, like how polished you want your product to be, or how bug-free you want it to be. So basically, let's take a simple example. If you want to launch a new product, what defines your scope or what defines how big this project is going to be are essentially your scope and your quality. Scope meaning the number of features and quality meaning how bug-free it is, or if you have things like user interaction design and basically how polished does it look. And in the end, you could bring out a product that doesn't look polished at all. Like you've probably all used those websites where you feel like, oh, this feels clunky. This doesn't look as nice as Spotify or Airbnb. We're always comparing to those big platforms, which have thousands of engineers working on it. But if you have a small product and you're launching with 3 engineers working on it, probably you need to let go of a lot of these things that make a product look and feel nice and much more professional. And that's a trade-off that you could make just in order to launch faster.